Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's going on, family? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. This is episode 565. Welcome to your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, look, we're going to talk about there is a huge disconnect in MAGA land. I'm talking old MAGA is now going against the new MAGA figures. All right. So we already shared on the last couple of shows the crumble of MAGA, right? We're witnessing that in front of our eyes as we speak. And you have folks like Megyn Kelly, like Tucker Carlson, like Alex Jones, like Nick Fuentes, like Candace Owens, once long time loyalists, even Marjorie Taylor Greene, can't forget her. Longtime MAGA loyalists are now seen on the opposing end of their once fearless leader, Donald Trump, mainly due to the issues happening in with the war in Iran happening currently. Hopefully, by the time you are tuning into this, it's no longer in existence. It's one of the reasons why we see such high gas prices right now. But there's so many other issues because at one point there were so many promises, as always, which is always, there's so many promises during the campaign season, but yet none of those promises have been met. Shocker. I've told y'all this from time and time again. When a candidate is running for office, they are promoting themselves in order to get votes. So don't be surprised, don't be shocked if stuff that they've promised that was going to happen during their term doesn't exist or doesn't happen at all. That's just the way the game is. So I'm gonna share you tons of clips of this president was supposed to be anti-war, this anti this, I'm gonna lower the prices, I'm gonna lower the cost of living, I'm gonna do this, and guess what? He has done zero. All he has been doing is giving everybody a headache and adding the stress level up sky high. In addition to that, we're also going to talk about California Congressman and gubernatorial candidate Eric Swalwell. He is not enjoying his time as we speak. Recently, there was a former staffer of his that has accused him of sexual assault. Now, he has come out publicly claiming all those accusations are false. A video has resurfaced, actually multiple videos has resurfaced, which I'll play you some of those for those who are watching. You're not going to have any sound or audio, but they're surfacing through social media, showing him getting kind of handsy with a lady who is not, I would say, his wife. Ooh, not a good look for him. But a lot of folks are telling, especially folks within his own party, saying he should drop out the race, and that most likely he might need to drop out of politics, because I shared this in a quick clip on our social media. Democrats are having momentum right now where they're kind of in the winner's seat. Midterms are looking good in their favor. Potentially adding a Democratic voice. Well, I don't know I'm not going to speak too much on 2028, but if there's a lot of folks that are coming from this administration that is thinking about running for office, it's not going to be a good look for Republican candidates either. But right now, Democrats are in the momentum shift. All they have to do is just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show and do nothing, and just let Republicans continue to, shoot themselves in the foot. Word of expression, I'm sorry. Dig themselves a deeper hole, right? Put themselves in more doo-doo than what they're already in. So many folks are telling Swalwell, who was leading in the polling, to drop out. Now, me personally, I put up the question on social media saying, as far as for California, are the California Democrats, are they in a bad position? Because not just Swalwell, but another representative of California, Katie Porter, who's also a candidate running in the Democratic primary. She started off with controversy, being very arrogant and mouthy to reporters, to a reporter, and then also a video surface of her being quite verbally abusive to a staffer. I would say a turnoff for any voter, right? If I saw that, I'm like, I don't want this person leading, being the leader of the state I live in. I don't know about that. So that being said, California has always been primarily representing or had a Democratic representative in the governor's seat. But could this be the change that they might see a Republican, right, with all this controversy happening? Could we see a flip? We don't know. So we're going to talk about that. Also, Fox News hosts shared that the reason why there is a shortage in America is that young people are not having babies. They're not having a lot of babies. People don't want to have kids. Okay, that's interesting. So we're going to talk about that too. And on some good news, Usher, the award-winning artist, entertainer, Usher, is collaborating with another award-winning entertainer, Chris Brown, for a tour. I think this tour is going to be massive. I think it's going to raise a lot of numbers. It's going to be sold out in a matter of seconds. And it is a popular tour that everybody's talking about. So look, we're going to discuss it here on the show. As always, family, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. As you know, we drop new episodes weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, our YouTube channel, The Arrington Gavin Show. All you have to do is just go to YouTube, type it in, or you can go on your computer right now, www.youtube.com/ The Arrington Gavin Show, I believe. There you go. Or youtube.com/ The Arrington Gavin Show. Or you could just, it's easy, just pull up on YouTube, type in The Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so that you can always stay up to speed on new episodes and new clips that we post on a regular basis. You can also listen to us on the go wherever you get your podcasts. iHeart, Spotify, Apple. We're available on all major podcast platforms. You can also listen to us in your car. If you happen to be in Las Vegas, be sure to turn your radio dial to KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM. You can tune into the show Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Again, that's on KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM, Las Vegas. Then we're going to head over to the Metro Atlanta area. If you are driving on your way to work or on your way to a party, be sure to turn your radio dial to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. That's right. You can tune into the show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, again, to the Arrington Gavin Show. And then lastly, if you happen to be in the Who Dat Nation, New Orleans, home of great food, great culture, great music, all right, be sure to turn your dial to WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about. You can listen into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's on WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about. Okay, fam, we are going to come out of that tab right here, and I want to bring you up a study that I recently read that I thought was pretty cool, because I love all my studies. Well, actually, this is not a cool one. This is one for the fellas to be like, hey, look, y'all got to get yourself together. So check this out, y'all. 20% of men wear their same exact underwear for a whole week, survey finds. Okay, first of all, fellas, y'all nasty. Come on, y'all. We got to do better. Because I know for sure, I'll be damned if I rock the same boxers for one whole week. Now, okay. Now, if my laundry is thin on my underwear, well, guess what? Your boy is just gonna have to go commando. Okay, I'm not gonna wear the same drawers. That is nasty. But this don't surprise me. This one, because back in the day, I met some Rican people. All right, and I'll be like, whoa, what is this? What is this? Survey finds has found that around 20% of men admit to wearing the same underwear for an entire week, raising concerns about hygiene habits and daily routines. Now, the findings highlights how common overlooked personal care behaviors can be. All right, health experts warn that wearing unclean clothing for extended periods can increase the risk of skin irritation and bacterial buildup. Again, y'all do better. See, let me finish this real quick. Proper hygiene, including regular changes, underwear, is essential for overall health. Y'all are grown. Why are experts having to force y'all? First of all, didn't y'all parents already tell y'all growing up, okay, like get cleaned up, shower, change your clothes, do the laundry, this and that? Why are grown folks having to tell you this now, even experts? The results have sparked controversy online about everyday habits, with many emphasizing that importance of basic self-care and cleanliness. This source was from a YouGov. Look, I feel like this is what men and women does this, okay? And it's disgusting. Now, my business that I do, all right, when I'm not here on air with you all, I promote the importance of men's care, okay? I say it like this: if you are passionate about taking care of your body internally, you have to have that equal passion on the external, okay? So that means y'all do better, smell good, fix I one thing I love when I leave the barber, when I get a fresh cut, it makes me feel good. It adds a little pep in my step, right? But feeling clean, oh my goodness, I love being clean, so fresh and so clean. I love it, okay? I love my beard looking sharp. I love my skin looking flawless, okay? Flawless. I love smelling good. Okay, hell, I put on cologne when I'm going to bed, okay? I never want to smell stank. I smell myself stank, and I don't like it, okay? Now, look, is it easy to outlast the funk? Probably for you, but at the end of the day, it's disgusting and it's unhealthy. So y'all do better and stop wearing drawers for a whole week. Y'all nasties. Ugh. Ugh. About to make me... All right. Anyways, we're going to take a break, y'all. We're going to have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere and do not change that dial. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story. Crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs. And we're going to bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, this that new Goldverse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of the app he said?
Introducing Goatverse TV.
Goatverse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In GOATs, we trust.
All right, family, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Look, let's get going with our first story here. I think this is let's start off with a light one. I think this is a great news that I want to share with you all. Did y'all hear? Usher, the one, the only Usher and Chris Brown has announced that they will be going on tour, y'all. On tour. I truly believe this is one that everybody has always dreamed of. As you know, Usher continues to not Usher, Chris Brown, who I feel like he tours like every damn day. Like he's always on tour, but he's coming off of a highly successful tour. We see how his aesthetics and the you know, the, what do you call it, the effects and everything is just like spot on. Usher, who had a very popular residency in Las Vegas, and now you're bringing the two together, man. Y'all about to make a, first of all, both of them are two of my favorite artists, and it's always interesting because you bring up the argument, okay, how would you rank it, right? How would you rank it? Who is technically now, who is the king of R&B, who is the king of pop, this and that and the other? Now obviously nobody can ever top king of pop Michael Jackson, who at the end of the day, full-on entertainer, right? But folks are going to be like, okay, generation, because Michael Jackson will say, well, his inspiration was James Brown. But at, majority of the world will say, put Michael number one, then who do you put behind him? Look, it's always been a back and forth between Usher and Chris Brown. Now, I truly believe Chris Brown is a better dancer. Usher is a better singer. Now, as far as hit for hit, that's hard. That's hard. Now, there was a period that, Usher took a leave of absence. And then he came back and had the whole, the Love in This Club hit, and then, kept on going. I mean, does features count? I mean, because it's hard. Chris is a highly accomplished performer, right? The man dances his ass off. He can sing, right? He can rap. Usher, another triple. I mean, both of them are just extremely talented. So it's tough. It's tough. It's really tough. Everybody wanted to see a versus of this, right? So Billboard.com shows, for years, fans have fantasized, booked the Usher and Chris Brown versus, and while it seems like it will never happen, it makes complete sense to have this tour. King of 2000 R&B taking on the king of 2010s R&B, both of whom are still going strong, would probably be the best battle Swiss Beats and Timberland could ever put on. Now, both artists have multiple classic albums, timeless hits, and impeccable showmanship, and embody the popular modern term aura. Unfortunately, it says here that the particular scenario isn't the case. Their latest announcement, instead, Usher, which most folks will say Usher, they add the R to it, Usher, and Chris Breezy will hit the road together for their R&B tour, Raymond and Brown. All right. Instead of a clash of generations, it will be link of epic proportions between the Atlanta's legends, well-received Las Vegas residency, as I mentioned earlier, of the last few years, and the country boy from Tappahannock, VA, by the way, peace up, A down, okay, taking over 2025 with Breezy Bowl. One can only imagine what they have in store for the attendees as this duo. I'm not really going to share too much, y'all, on this. I just think, again, this is something that everybody is wanting to see. Yes, folks have shared that they want to see a Chris Brown Super Bowl. Who did the last one? The last one was what's his name? Lord have mercy, I'm blanking it just like that. What is old dude's Bad Bunny? Yeesh, I was having a brain fart there. Bad Bunny, who had a very record-breaking performance in the last Super Bowl, but Chris Brown, again, being a showman, being an entertainer, being filled with so many theatrics and so on and so on, he would be amazing for the Super Bowl. And yeah, I know folks are gonna bring up the past conflicts. He's been a hothead in the past, this and the other, but at the end of the day, look, I'm not a fan of him being a hothead. Between him and Rihanna, it's old news. They've forgiven. They're cool with each other. Yada yada yada. Currently, we're talking right now. Chris Brown should be in charge, or not be in charge. Should be the next headline of the Super Bowl. I'm just putting that out there. Two, I guess the big question I want to ask y'all is who's going to open and who's going to headline this? Who should be the headliner and who should be the opener? Should youth, give it to, respect his elders and say, hey, no, elders got to end this because he's the one that inspired me? Or should it be like a pass of the torch and the legend opens up and then he passes on to the next, incoming? Seriously, who should open and close this this Super Bowl? I mean, this tour was like the Super Bowl that everybody wanted. But this is gonna be dope. Again, this is the Raymond Brown Tour, Raymond and Brown Tour. Raymond and Brown, because Usher's last name, Brown, obviously Chris Brown. So it'll be interesting. I'm excited about this. Again, it's a perfect time. A lot of folks are in need to be entertained. It's gonna be pricey though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. All right, my wife and I, we got some Bruno Mars tickets, and yeah, them prices ain't cheap. Let me tell you something. That's why let me go to see a comedian. I've paid some money to see stand up. I mean, you'd be surprised. It's expensive, y'all, but at the end of the day, once you're there, it's worth it. That's all I'm gonna say. It is worth it after that. So let's go ahead, y'all, and we gonna move it on to some more discussion here. Let me go ahead and share you a couple clips, and it's gonna raise some eyebrows here, but at the end of the day, what else is new coming from this administration? So here's first clip I want to share with you all. This is JD Vance. I believe this was in 2024. Yeah, 2024. Check this out.
Honest guidance to those young men, and I think their concerns are very legitimate. But if you're worried about the world spinning out of control, if you're worried about a military draft, if you're worried about, God forbid, a world war, the best way to prevent it is to vote for Donald Trump. And I really believe that.
Okay, so you heard it from the current VP. This was back in 2024, so he was at the time on the campaign trail representing Ohio. If you're worried about a military draft, if you're worried about, God forbid, a world war, the best way to prevent it is to vote for Donald Trump. Oh, wow. That's interesting because last time I checked, Donald Trump is in the White House right now. And yeah, last time I checked, there is a war that's happening. And two, there is a draft that will be happening, I believe, in starting in December, supported by The Hill. Automatic registration for U.S. military draft to begin in December. Oh, I got more. That was just one clip. Again, we gotta keep receipts. We gotta keep our elected officials accountable, right? Well, this is Press House Secretary Caroline Leavitt talking with Maria Bartiromo, I believe that's her name, from Fox Business. Listen to this here.
Mothers out there are worried that we're going to have a draft, that they're going to see their sons get in and daughters get involved in this. What do you want to say about the president's plans for troops on the ground? As we know, it's been largely an air campaign up until now.
It has been, and it will continue to be. And President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table. I know a lot of politicians like to do that quickly, but the president, as commander in chief, wants to continue to assess the success of this military operation. It's not part of the current plan right now, but the president, again, wisely keeps his options on the table. But as commander in chief, there's no greater priority or responsibility to this president than, of course, protecting the American people and protecting our troops and our bases in the Middle East, which Iran has been threatening for 47 years. They have killed and maimed thousands of American soldiers, and President Trump was not going to allow Iran to attack our bases and our troops and our men and women in the Middle East first. And that's why he took this historic action by launching Operation Epic Fury.
And after all that was said, former Republican congressman out of Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene, had posted on X, no draft, no boots on the ground. That's basically what was told from the get-go, right? But y'all, why are we shocked? That's what I want to let you know. Why are we shocked? Because at the end of the day, this man says one thing and says a whole new different thing the following day. The Hill says eligible men will automatically be registered into military draft pool by December as part of an effort to streamline the previous process of self-registration and save money. Okay, now the Selective Service System, SSS for short, the government agency that maintains a database of men to be called up to serve in the case of national emergency, now submitted a proposed rule to the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs at the end of March, according to the office website. Now, most men between the ages of 18 and 25 are already required to register with the Selective Service, but automatic registration was mandated in December of 2025 as part of a fiscal 2026 National Defense Authorization Act. Now, the change, which was meant to save money, transfers responsibility for registration from individuals, men, to SS through integration with federal data sources. So proposed rule is currently under review, but the Regulatory Affairs Office awaiting finalization, because you have to have approval from Congress, to my understanding. Now, this is MS Now host Jonathan Capehart, and let me see if I have that clip here, because this is his take on this whole story here. So let me go, listen from a journalist, right? Because all I'm doing is just running my mouth. That's what I do. That's why it's a talk show. It's an opinionated talk show. All right. But this is what Jonathan Capehart had to say on this.
The Trump administration wants you to believe its war with Iran is de-escalating. But take a look at this new order coming from the Pentagon. Eligible men will automatically be registered into the military draft pool by December. In their words, this is to cut costs. To be clear, this doesn't mean there will be a draft. Trump can't do that on his own or through executive action. He needs Congress to pass legislation to do something this big. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? If it's so easy to automatically register people for military service, then why can't we automatically register people to vote? The Trump administration wants you.
I mean, he brings a great question, doesn't he? He brings a great question. Let me tell y'all something, y'all. This really, I worry for parents of young men, because this is something that they shouldn't have to worry on. But at the end of the day, hey, you're a fearless leader who initially was promising anti-war this, anti-war that, is saying, nope, got to enter in the draft now. Does that mean his son is going to be a part of this? Okay, because he got a young child that's within that age bracket. Or is he just gonna say, hey, I can't do it because of bone spurs? Ooh, I mean, what else is new? It's a shame that this has to go down. Again, this is a war that nobody signed up for. Yeah, I mean, you heard it there from the Fox News host Maria Bartiromo, who basically said, hey, look, parents are worried. They don't want their kids being eligible or entering to a draft. Like, what's the deal here? And bless her heart, Caroline Levitt, she's a spokesperson. She's paid to basically take all the beating and to speak for the White House. I mean, tough as nails, I'll tell you that much, because she's lasted longer than most of his press house secretaries. I think his first term he went through like four or five. I could be wrong. I'll try to name them all, but I can't. All I can think of is all I can think of is Sean Spicer right now. Sean Spicer, Huckabee Sanders. There was a number of them. There's one that's I know she's a host on Fox News. I'm blanking, but I know there's a number, like I said, a number of them. But y'all, trying to make sure I've said everything through this story. Trump alone cannot bring back the draft through executive action, as was mentioned that Jonathan Capehart said, as Congress would need to pass legislation to amend the Military Selective Service Act to authorize the president to induct personal personnel into the military. Now, still, failure to register in the draft is considered a crime. Still, because the first person I could think of was the late great Muhammad Ali, who served time because he refused to refused to go to war during that period. But as they say here, it is still considered a crime and can prevent people from receiving state-funded financial aid and employment in numerous states, cause ineligibility for many federal employment opportunities and job training under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, and can carry a fine up to, you won't believe this number, y'all, $250,000 and jail time for up to 5 years. Wow. First of all, no one has $250,000. No one has that kind of money. And jail time up to 5 years. Yet people that stormed the Capitol January 6th are pardoned and did not even serve, 5 years, served well under that, but they're pardoned. They're no longer, looked as a, criminal threat. Interesting how that works, right? In addition, immigrants who don't register may lose their U.S. citizenship. Under the new rule, men will be registered automatically within 30 days of their 18th birthday. Women are still ineligible for the draft, even as lawmakers in the past few years have attempted to attach provisions adding women to the draft as part of an annual defense policy bill. Now, measures have all been stripped out before a final vote on legislation. So, y'all, we will continue to follow up with more on this story, but let's go ahead and digress and move it on to the next controversial topic here. It's funny, y'all. I'm doing this, and my dog is also wandering my feet here. I don't know why he keeps on finding. I think he must have left a tutorial bone under my desk because he keeps on coming under here. We're gonna stay on the notion of but we're gonna stay in the political space here. Eric Swalwell, who is congressman out of California, gubernatorial candidate. He's running to be the next governor of California. Is in some hot water, y'all. And I think this is, hold on, I'm looking on my phone here. I don't know how true this is. I'm looking to see because again, stuff always occurs in real time. Let's see. I think, did he drop out of the, is he ending his campaign? Hold up. I could be speaking ahead, but let me go ahead and, nope. They are saying, now CNN has just reported that Eric Swalwell has ended his campaign for California governor after sexual misconduct. So let me kind of backtrack you from the beginning. Okay, Eric Swalwell, California congressman running to be the next governor for the state of California, who was actually in the running. He was a shoo-in to be the nominee, the Democratic nominee, because it's a stacked Democratic primary, by the way. I'm talking stacked. I can't even name you all the people. I'm just going to give you, again, him as well as another familiar face up there, Katie Porter, who's also a member of Congress representing California. And it's the reason why I just mentioned those two. But a former staffer of Eric Swalwell came out accusing him of sexual assault. Okay, now he responded to those allegations. Let me go ahead and find you the soundbite of his video that he put, his statement. Give me 1 second as I find that. Okay, so I have the video here. This is coming from his mouth. Eric Swalwell, at that time, the candidate running for governor for the state of California. And again, he was a shoo-in because in the polling, he was on top. He was quite successful in the polling. But this is his video from his social media that he had shared after the allegations were met. So let me play that for you.
A lot has been said about me today through anonymous allegations. I thought it was important that you see and hear from me directly. These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened. And I will fight them with everything that I have. They also come on the eve of an election where I have been the frontrunner candidate for governor in California. I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint. I have certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past, but those mistakes are between me and my wife. And to her, I apologize deeply for putting her in this position. I also apologize to you if in any way you have doubted your support for me. But I think you know who I am. For over 20 years, I have served the public as a city councilman, as a member of Congress, and as a prosecutor who went to court on behalf of victims, particularly on behalf of sexual assault victims. That's who I am and have always been. This weekend, I'm going to spend time with my family and friends, and I appreciate those who have reached out to me to show support. And I look forward to updating you very soon.
Okay, so that was again from Eric Swalwell himself, congressman out of California, who was running for to be the next governor in California. So here's an article. Here's another clip from ABC News where they kind of give you a brief overview again of sort of what I've explained, but just in case if you still not quite clear, I'm going to share this clip here so you can get some more kind of meat and potatoes of what's happening with this whole controversy.
Source tells ABC News the Manhattan District Attorney's Office is announcing an investigation into Congressman Eric Swalwell after allegations of sexual assault and misconduct. The Democratic representative denies the accusations, posting this video Friday night.
These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened. And I will fight them with everything that I have.
Swalwell is reportedly accused of varying degrees of sexual misconduct from several women, including a former staffer who says Swalwell sexually assaulted her twice. The San Francisco Chronicle published the former staffer's alleged account without identifying her. She says she was 21 years old when she interned for Swalwell's office in 2019, claiming he pursued her, sent her explicit photos, and forced himself upon her in his hotel room after a night out drinking. The Chronicle also reports the same woman claims Swalwell sexually assaulted her again after a New York City gala in 2024 when she was no longer working for him. Both incidents are identical to the account of this woman who spoke exclusively with CNN.
I was pushing him off of me saying no.
Swalwell is also responding to other women reportedly accusing him of sending them unsolicited nude photos and explicit messages, telling CNN the allegations are false and threatening legal action. ABC News has not independently verified any of the women's accounts, and Swalwell denies all wrongdoing, criticizing the timing of the accusations with California's early voting just 3 weeks away.
They also come on the eve of an election where I have been the...
All right, let me stop it right there. So, and look, there are videos services. I told you initially I was gonna show you some of those personally. I want to say I'm not, because at the end of the day, that's a video of him, getting handsy with the young lady who is saying, hey, that wasn't, I did not give him consent to do so. That is a victim. I'm not going to play that here on this show. So again, you can go on social media because it is on social media. There's a couple videos showing, I believe, one of his, not I believe, it is one of the accusers that is alleging that of sexual assault. And look, one being a former staffer, but it's several women. You hear me? Several women that had put that out there. And initially he was going to stay in the fight, right? He was going to stay in the fight, continue to, because he's saying, oh, it's so interesting how on the eve of this, now this wants to come out, and because this is how politics work. When I'm in the winner's seat, right, I'm looking like I'm going to win all. And look, I'm not saying he's lying on that note, because politics is cutthroat. All right, especially when it comes to further on towards primary season as well as to the final stretch, right? You're going to see smear campaigns. They're going to find all sorts of dirt. Well, if it's not him, it's going to be his family. It's going to be his friend. Like, they're going to find something and say, hey, look, you want this controversy leading your state or leading your country? Oh, no. So that's how politics work. But in this case, he's saying it's false, but then a video surface, dude, the stuff that you're being accused of, you're doing it in this video, and this ain't no AI crap, okay? This is real stuff. And it's sad because you can't be somebody who is continuing to persecute and or prosecute and criticize, you know, person in Washington right now, right? Or any other politician. You know, you can't talk about Epstein this, Epstein that, and then, dude, you're guilty. See, when you point fingers, you're really pointing at yourself. And so I brought up the question on social media with this controversy, all right, with issues going on with Katie Porter, because look, she's a controversial, in my opinion, she's a hot mess, all right? Shouldn't be running, should have dropped out after a video of her surface of her cussing out a staffer because, oh, you're in my shot. Get out of my effing shot. I'm like, how about this girl gets off the race and shouldn't be leading anywhere? Like, come on now. Being verbally attacking somebody, come on. It's uncalled for. Luckily, I wasn't a staffer because I would have said something and it probably would have been out of a job. But you have two folks that are currently in Congress because those districts said, hey, look, they're going to vote for you. They look at you as a good leader. Boom. We're going to stand behind you. Now, you have two controversial figures. How does that benefit the California Democratic Party overall, right? Does that benefit the state? A state that has so many issues, y'all. I'm sorry, I can't get what California. I've been there. It's a beautiful state. It got this and that. I can never live in it. For one, I know y'all can't help Mother Nature, but y'all can have wildfires like every day. Okay, it's the most expensive state in the country, right? Property value is sky high. I never will understand it. Your homeless rate is insane. It's not a place for me. That being said, don't you think a lot of Californians are disappointed with Democratic leadership? Just because Democratic leadership has been the majority, I would say, for quite some years. I mean, who has been the last Republican governor in California? Let me look this up real quick. Because I want to say it was Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I could be wrong. Last Republican governor. Okay. It was, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He won in 2003 and was reelected in 2006. So y'all haven't seen a Republican governor in years. And kind of like, I'm not going to compare Virginia to California, but I'll just say we've had a period where we might have 2 terms in a row, boom, Democrat. Then we, bounce back to Republican. Now we're back to Democrat. Let's see how that goes. But you all have had damn. And how's that worked for you? I'm just saying. Or do y'all need to go third party? Because there are some third party candidates. I believe it's a gentleman running in the Green Party who was the VP pick with Jill Stein. Oh, Bush somebody. I apologize if I'm blanking on your name. But they have third party candidates. I brought up the question is this a win for the right in California? Was this showing that, hey, look, momentum moves now towards Republican leadership and that Republican might win the governor's seat? We will never know. Now, this is new. This is new news that just dropped, y'all. After so many have put out there that he should end his campaign. Well, news is out, and he has publicly announced that he will be ending his campaign. Didn't think it was going to happen, but again, so many folks have shared here. He put on X. Let me get put up the message here for you all to see it, and I'll read it to you. Says here that I am suspending my campaign for governor. To my family, staff, friends, and supporters, I am deeply sorry for mistakes and judgment I've made in the past. I will fight the serious false allegations. He's still saying it's false allegations. Because again, these are all allegations. No, this hasn't been presented yet in court. False allegations that have been made, but that's my fight, not my campaigns. Another follow-up question will be, what's next for Eric Swalwell? Is this the end of his political career? Me personally, I would say yes. You have too much controversy happening in Congress. It's time for new leadership. You have folks on the right getting in trouble in regards to, allegations, sexual allegations, affairs, X, Y, and Z. Look at Kristi Noem's husband being seen on social media rocking some big old tatas. Like, yuck. Okay, it's interesting because it's funny. Kristi Noem, who criticizes those, yet you supposed to be Homeland Security. You can't even take care of security in your own home. Okay, so with so much stuff happening, I am equally sharing with everybody. When you have some controversy, you got to go, because in order to be an elected official, in my opinion, the first thing you have to have is trust amongst, and transparency. And my word of the year is transparency. If you are, something like this is extremely serious, yes, it can end a political career. It could end a political career. All right. There's been a number of elected officials where their careers have, after allegations like this, it's hard to come back. It is. Now, no. Yeah. Andrew Cuomo tried. Let's look. That man went from governor to try and running in the mayor's race, lost in the primary. This man lost a primary for mayor, and he was a state governor. Okay. Anthony Weiner, another guy out of New York, congressman, he can't even win council races. Okay. There's a number of individuals. Matt Gaetz is over here hosting a crummy show on OAN. Whoever the hell's gonna watch that. Okay. There's a number of figures who they try to make these, comebacks. George Santos, Hart. Look, nobody has time for all that. CNN reports Eric Swalwell ends campaign for California governor after sexual allegations. I don't need to, again, read all of this. You know why, okay? He was urged by a lot of Democratic supporters, urged him to drop out. Now, who is going to be next up on this list? Who's going to be the one to gain momentum in this governor's race? Let's see here. I am looking at, okay, let's see. Let's leave these candidates. Now, right now, I'm just looking up the top three candidates. Two of them are Republicans. Chad Bianco, sheriff of Riverside, longtime sheriff of Riverside, has 14% support from likely voters, including voters leaning towards his candidacy. He's a Republican. Also Steve Hilton, who ran before, but I think he lost against Larry Elder, because Larry Elder, out of all people, made it to the Republican nominee. Steve Hilton, though, a conservative commentator and Fox News host, also has 14% support, with a smaller share of direct supporters and a larger share of supporters leaning toward voting for him. Now, to my understanding, I believe Steve Hilton has received an endorsement from Donald Trump, not Chad Bianco, but the California Republicans has not endorsed a candidate, to my understanding. That third person who was again, I'm giving you the top three, right? Top three. The third person was Democratic candidate at the time, Eric Swalwell. Now, him being out, I think that leans more momentum either between Katie Porter or Tom Steyer. Tom Steyer, a billionaire and philanthropist who I think tried to run for president, but didn't. I mean, and look, he was a billionaire, still didn't win. So it doesn't always takes money. For the most part, it does, but not all the time. And then again, former U.S. Representative Democrat Katie Porter. So Katie Porter being the nominee, I don't know. I mean, is this more in favor for Tom Steyer to be the Democratic nominee? Who knows? Would it be Steyer and Hilton, or would it be Katie Porter and Chad Bianco? I don't know. I think this is gonna be an interesting race to continue to follow up on. I'm looking at my time. What are we gonna do here? Let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We're coming up to a close, so gonna have just a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
6'10", number one pick, 16 seasons, college player of the year, all-rookie standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolves. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves care.
People age 65 and older are at high risk of injury, especially from falls and car crashes. But older adults can take steps to stay safe from injury and be independent longer. Tell your doctor if you have fallen, if you worry about falling, or if you feel unsteady when standing or walking. Learn more about preventing falls and aging without injury at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
All right, family. Well, look, we are coming to an end on the show, but with the time that we have, I do want to discuss just one more story here, and some of the other ones I'm going to pass on to the next show. But we keep on hearing this controversy in regards to, hey, not a lot of people are having babies, and it's a shortage. We got this shortage happening in our world, and people need to keep on getting pregnant and have babies. Gotta have lots and lots of babies, this and the other. And I'll be honest, I can't stand when I hear folks continue to bring it up, because I'm like, first and foremost, stop forcing people to do something that requires a lot of thought. Okay, stop forcing anybody to do anything, because at the end of the day, it's up to them. If they want to have kids, they can have kids. If they don't want to have them, then they don't have them. Don't boo-hoo and cry about it, because at the end of the day, America right now is not set up to have a family, because hell, young people can't even afford to find a place to stay. They can't even afford to they can't afford rent. They're trying to, what career choice can I do that I know will be a great security for me, because stuff always happens. Layoffs, or I can try to work for the government. Oh, wait a minute. But what if a government shutdown happens and I might not get paid for almost 2 months straight? Okay, maybe even longer. Let me go. Matter of fact, let me go to college, build up so much student debt where I can afford, because I was, promised while I was in college that, hey, look, all I gotta do is X, Y, and Z, and then, oh, better yet, get your master's, get at, because that's gonna help. But then when it's time to job search, wait a minute, it can't all add up. It can't all add up. So it kills me when I hear folks like this individual right here. Let me go ahead and play you this clip. A Fox host sharing the reason why America is seeing a shortage here.
Absolutely. We still have 3.6 million births a year, but the problem is teens and young adults. From ages 15 to 19, the fertility rate is down 7%, and it's down 70% over the last 2 decades, meaning we're telling people that are young not to have babies, to wait till they're in a more stable life situation, till they're more financially secure. Maybe they haven't found the right partner. Absolutely.
So again, that was Fox analyst Dr. Mark Siegel suggesting that the part of the United States declining fertility rate is tied to fewer teen births, characterizing the drop among people ages 15 and 19 as a problem. So you're saying you need more 15 and 19-year-olds to give birth. Okay, Doc, let's be honest. I think you've been sipping a little bit too much of that coffee, because if you're saying this is going to help, what in the world are we doing? What in the world are we doing? So this discussion was on American Newsroom with anchor Dana Perino about the CDC data showing that the U.S. fertility rate has fallen to a record low. And the senior medical analyst, Dr. Siegel, who you just heard, pointed the declining birth rates among younger Americans. Now, the fertility rate fell 7% in 2025 from 53.8 births per 1,000 women of childbearing age in 2024 to 53.1 in the most recent year. Again, y'all, either you're going to have folks that are going to have kids, you're going to have folks that are not. Now, I'll be honest, my wife and I, we're not rushing it, right? Of course, we get, I'm not going to say we get pressure from our family, but we have some folks in our family that are saying, hey, look, it's going to be time. When is going to be the, when are you going to do it? I think it's about that period. When you going to have some little, I'm like, please don't rush me. My wife and I were focused on our careers, and they're like, well, it would never be the right time. Well, we have the decision to make that. But as of right now, we do have the conversation. I've been upfront with you all here on the show. We've had the conversation, but at the end of the day, we are focusing on our careers because we have a goal to be successful. That means successful in our career. Make sure we can, afford to vacation when need be, or make the proper we want to continue to also enjoy ourselves as as a couple. We want to enjoy each other, but we work so flipping hard because hey, it ain't cheap, right? Mortgage ain't cheap. You're living in the same world we're living in. Gas prices are high, grocery prices are high, so it's hard because you either gonna bring in a child into this world living on hard times, and then they're gonna have to see you struggle. No, please spare me. So when I always hear this, I always just brush aside. I'm like, well, hey, young people are being, in my opinion, more smarter on the decision and not just careless with it. Especially this man said young people, 15 and 19. Like, what the hell, man? Shouldn't they enjoy their youth first? But what do I know? Hey, he's a medical doctor, and he's also a medical analyst on Fox News. So, what do I know? What do I know? What does Arrington Gavin know of the Arrington Gavin Show? What do I know compared to Dr. Siegel? What's his name? Dr. Mark Siegel. What if he's related to Steven Seagal? No, that's Seagal. Never mind. Siegel. Two different people. Anyways, y'all, I'm looking at my time. We're going to talk some more about this, because I feel like this is going to be an extended convo for the next one. And I got a few more stories I didn't have the chance to discuss on today's show. But as always, thank you so much for staying with us here for the Arrington Gavin Show. We got a lot more great convos and great guests on tap for you all. So y'all just stay tuned, continue to support, follow us on social media at the Arrington Gavin Show. Check out our website, by the way, www.theagshow.com. You can check out most recent episodes from there. And look, if you want to contact me, you can email me through our website as well on some conversations, topic stories, or you want to be a guest, or you want to advertise with us. We support small business on here as well. So look, get in contact with me, whether it's through social media or through our website. And I'll talk to y'all soon. But until next time, my friends, look, y'all stay safe out there, stay blessed, and I will talk to y'all soon for another great episode here on the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.